have extra envelopes, have an excess of card blanks, like making your own journals. Keep watching. So if you're a regular Belliette, you may have seen this small space of mine change quite a lot recently. But if you're new here, long story short, I had to rip everything out and bring everything back in. And in that process, I decided to let go of a whole bunch of stuff that I no longer used. And I'd say a good 90% of my card making supplies went, because I just don't make supplies. I kept a few for thank you notes and bits and pieces like that for when I, in an emergency, need to make a card. But the days of me making cards as a craft is never happened ever. Now I think of it, I only think I ever made cards when I had an occasion. Anyway, so because of that, you know, I got rid of a lot of my supplies and I kept a few. However, in having to find homes for everything again, even those that I've got, I'm thinking, do I really need them? So I decided to do something with them that I would use. I'm going to make some journals. So I just did a tester of this journal and it took me less than 5 minutes. It's so easy. All you need is your envelopes and a glue stick. That's literally it. If you want to use the card blanks as well though, like I probably will, you'll need the card blanks and something to cut them, scissors or a little paper cutter. I've got here some decorative cards. I kind of kept those more than the actual card blanks, and also some writing sets. And when I write to anybody, I always use a lot more of the paper than I do the envelopes. You know how they give you one sheet of paper per envelope? Well, you know, I have more to say, so I use them up. So I might use some of these decorative envelopes as well. So these are actual card blanks. I might go with the more decorative ones. You know, these are note cards or whatever. Ooh, Zentangles, I like those ones. They're a little bit different size, so that might cause a bit of a problem. They're the same size as those ones, so I might use those ones. So I've just grabbed a few envelopes, 3 of 2 designs, but you can do as many as you want. And this really is silly simple. It really is. So you want to open one envelope up, fold the next one over, and then glue the one that you've folded. Stick it in the one you've got out, pushing it right up. You may need to wiggle it about if the glue sticks. There we go. Fold it over to the next one. See, how simple is this? Crazy simple. May do an extra one just because if I do it odds, then the last one will be a lipstick, and I kind of want to have the front and the back the same. So I'm going to do 7 instead of 6, but as I say, you can add as many to this as you want. I think within a certain number anyway. It will begin to go a bit wonky after a while. You know, if you're just trying to do an infinite number. But it may still work, I don't know. Maybe. that was a little bit skiff on that one, how I added it, so I just folded it a little bit to straighten it up. And last one. How quick was that? Then when you get here, you want to press up against what is effectively now a spine, you know, where all of your envelopes are now stuck together. You want to push and then fold so that there is space for the spine. You know, if you try and pull it too much, it will make the journal wonky, so you want to allow that little space along here to be how it wants to be. So I'm just pressing down a little bit there to make that fold even more pronounced for it. And then if you want to, what you can do with card blanks here before you seal that is to make it simple to cut it in half. I just cut off that. Where's it gone? I did a magic trick and disappeared. Where is it? Oh, it's here. That piece, the part that has the fold in it. You can add in a card blank here. Before you seal it up, to give it reinforcement, so you've basically got, you know, a harder cover to the journal. Ta-da! I quite like that. I might use that as the front rather than that. But it's the same on this. You'll see, I'll bring out the other one I made. I've been putting the card blanks in this side to give it some extra support. And then you can also keep the pocket if you want, or paint over the pocket. I mean, how easy with that? It's done in a matter of moments. You can also stick them on the front. Bear in mind that these card blanks are not for these envelopes. These envelopes are out of the writing sets, so they don't quite fit right. But even so, if you're using the same card blank as your envelopes, the cards are going to be a little bit smaller because they're designed to fit in with it. So rather than stick it on the outside like this, I prefer to stick it on the inside so that the edges stay nice and flush. As if you've got something stuck, like, I'll show you. This one I just made. I've put the card blank on the front to give it some interest, and I'll put this little bit of burlap on the spine just to reinforce that as well as you're flipping through, give it some extra protection. This is the back of that card that I stuck in, but if I'd have stuck it there, much like this one, you would have had an edge, and for art journaling on top of this, I'll prefer the edges to be smoother. So I prefer to put the card in the middle, and then I can collage on top if you don't want to see this envelope, or leave it as a pocket. I'm going to stick this in. This journal, and just give every envelope some extra support so that the pages are basically really nice and thick to work on. It's then like this rather than like that. But now that's a really kind of chunky little journal, and obviously I'm talking from the aspect of an art journaler, what I might do with this. But if you want to make more of a junk journal, more of the vintage looking journals that people call junk journals nowadays, you can tea stain this beforehand. You know, if you're just using blank cards like I did with blank envelopes, rather like I did with this one, rather than leaving it to decorate everything afterwards as I'm going to do. You know, probably with this one I will I'm just going to use this half in the front of that journal. I'll probably totally paint it, to be perfectly honest. I think I will have this as the front. I like this one. So there we go, a couple of easy peasy journals done in a matter of minutes. They're so simple, they're obviously very basic for you to build upon in any way that you want, just to give you a new journal to play with. From here, it is up to you where you take it. I think I'll start with collage so that I can cover up some of the envelope edges. If you would like a new art buddy, come join us on my art community journal workshops. We currently have a handmade collage fodder art swap open for a couple more days, or come and join another group or class that we have. Or if you're watching this in the future, join a different art swap that we have. We do them every month. And there's giveaways and things. We'd love to have you at my now decade-old art community. How many places can say that? Come join us. And join in with the best creative bunch there is going. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next time.